So, how are you all doing? Good afternoon. Yes, I got my Famicom out today, and you can see this is live. Hello! You can see out to play some Jurassic Park. The octopus says hello. So, why am I starting off with this one? Well, the reason should become obvious pretty soon. So, hope you're all doing well. Let's give this game a go. So I got a whole bunch of games here to sort of go through. So, oh no! The containment has been breached! Well, that's okay. The power of my gun, and also the aiming being bad, is going to get me to victory. Okay, why do you have to do this stupid turnaround animation? What is it, Ikari Warriors? A game from 1986? Oh, also, the enemies constantly respawn, because that kind of game. So, yeah, you've played this one. I think I've played this on stream before, but it was the Game Boy version. Wait, what's going on? Gate control, I guess? Great. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. I didn't realise they even did anything, but sure. Well, I like the soundtrack in this one where it really kicks in. Why does he have to shoot with stupid right hand? Like, can just shoot down the middle like every other game from this era. But, yeah, how are you all doing? It's not doing it so far. So there is a specific reason I chose to do this game first, but it's not doing it. Decided it can't be bothered. Oh, also, for some reason that kills you. Like, it just looks like a grate that you would open, and then you go into it like it's Metal Gear Solid, but, yeah, apparently this is not Metal Gear Solid. Oh, also you can't go in the building, because the game says no. Apparently, apparently Dr. Grant doesn't know how to open doors. Apparently that's, beyond his knowledge. Oh, less of a delay? Well, that's cool. I think I might have enabled something to basically lessen the delay. Something like that. But yeah, I don't know if anyone's ever played this. Again, I do have this on the Game Boy, and it's largely the same game. In fact, I've got like 2 or 3 different multi-cards that have the Game Boy version, I think. Oh, there was an egg here somewhere. Blow up this stupid thing. There we go. Yeah, we seek to destroy what we created. Because, morals. Something like that. Yeah. Where's Newman when you need him? Yeah, the thing with this game, it's not great. Again, I've played the Game Boy version on stream before. This is kind of the same game, except in colour and with a larger screen. But other than that, it's, well, basically the same game, really. I could have sworn you were allowed to go into the buildings. Like, is that not a thing you can do in this? Okay, now it lets me in. Yeah, even though I walked in there earlier and didn't do anything. Also, sometimes the boxes just kill you because the game sucks. Just, yeah. So you're actually better off just ignoring the question mark boxes completely. Like, you're genuinely better off just not bothering. Or if you're going to use them, make sure you've got save states, just so that way, if it does just kill you for no reason, then at least... No, sod off. I'm not even trying to do that. Ooh. Also, yeah, I'm using an AV Famicom, as you can probably see in the corner. Because AV Famicom is cool. Also, the game doesn't actually tell you what you're collecting, and it's not obvious just from looking at it. Yeah, it's pretty much a standard Euro jank, pretty much. It's kind of how I describe this. I mean, licensed games from, like, this era were usually bad. Like, this is probably one of the less bad ones, but you still wouldn't really want to bother with it particularly. You know, like, what's the bet in this thing just kills me? Yep, knew it was going to do that. It's like... Yeah, it's that kind of game. I don't know, like, there were so many Jurassic Park games, which is unsurprising when you consider, I mean, how big the film was at the time, but... I don't know. I remember the 16-bit ones are generally better. Like, what was it, Rampage Edition on Mega Drive? That one's pretty cool. This one, not as much. Oh yeah, the film is a classic, but then you had all the sequels, which were not classic from what I remember. It just kind of... Yeah, I think I have Lost World on DVD somewhere. I'd have to go back and rewatch it, but I don't remember great things about it. Probably better than playing this game, though. Just, you know. You know what I wish? I wish I was playing, like, the Bram Stoker's Dracula for the Mega CD. Just so I could have that bit where when you die it goes... Rebirth? Was there a film called Jurassic Park Rebirth? I've never even heard of that one. But, no, I haven't really looked into the later sort of Jurassic Park stuff. Again, I've maybe seen the first couple of films, and that's about it. Oh, also you get stuck on the walls. You know, there was a Bram Stoker's Dracula game for the NES, but it didn't have the death thing. And, well, it was kind of just like a poor man's Super Mario Brothers, really. Pretty much the same on the Master System as well, from what I remember. Like, there's very little to differentiate them. Other than the Master System one looked a little bit better, but that's about it. Okay, so... if you want to know the reason why I picked this game first, it's because... what was it? No, it's because every other time I've played this game, or, like, this copy of the game, for some reason, like, every other time I've played this game, it, like, glitches out in the first minute, and it just eventually crashes. Like, it's weird, and it doesn't make any sense. But for some reason, now that I'm playing it on stream, it doesn't do that. Which is the only reason I wanted to play it, was to show off the glitchiness. And now that I'm playing it on stream, it doesn't even want to do that. It doesn't want to do the one cool thing it could have done, besides play the Comic Bakery theme. And I mean, this is just asinine. It's like, you have to pick a specific computer to open the... to be able to finish the level. Like, why not just let me go to any other computers? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there is that, but normally it goes a lot more messed up than that. No, I don't think it is, because if that was the case, it would be doing it now, and it's not doing it, so I have no idea what's going on. It's just being weird. Actually, let me try and search it, see if that helps. So yeah, you can see I'm playing this live. Yeah, this, by the way, that is intentional on the part of whoever made this edit. So yeah, from 1993. Hold on, let me. I got a thing set up. I'm just trying to edit it. Okay. So I've got something I'm going to set up here in a minute. Yeah, everything could go wrong when you go live. Maybe if I leave it on the attract mode, it does it. But I have played this myself more, and it will just screw up in the first minute. So why it's suddenly decided to start working, I have no idea. It's just bizarre. But maybe if I leave it on the attract mode, it will do it. Because that's the only reason I want to play this game, is just to watch how messed up this particular cartridge is. No, it's not the music, it's actually just the gameplay, where graphically it becomes just this glitchy mess, and then it like skips levels, and then eventually it just crashes. But it's not doing it. So, okay, you know what? Since it's not doing it, we're probably just going to move on. So, here we go. The wheel is back. So yeah, we've got the wheel. We've got like 25 games here. We've also got a multi-cart, Super 64 in 1, as you might be able to see there. So I've put the game names here just based on what the name is on the label. So there is one here that doesn't have a name at all anywhere on the label, so I just had to use a picture of a duck. So, yeah, maybe we'll look forward to that one. Also got a bunch of Saturn games, a few Famicom Disk System ports are on this too. So, yeah, there's some weird stuff here. Just, yeah. I'm looking forward to the 64 in 1. The only reason I've put that on here is because there were a few games that were on the fake NES mini console that I looked at that are on the 64 in 1 that I would have expected there to be on the fake NES mini, but they just weren't for some reason. Even though they put like 100 noise code games, and they could have easily swapped out some of those with the games that were on the 64 in 1. No, I'm saving most of the multi-carts for later. For now, I'm just going to focus on standalone games. I do have a Power Joy cartridge somewhere, but I'm not going to put that on yet. And to be honest, I'm not sure that's ever going to come up, because I think all of the games that are on that are also on the fake NES Mini that I looked at earlier this year. I'm just focusing on the games that weren't on there. So, like, RoboCop, for instance. I have a copy of that, but that was on the fake NES Mini, so I don't really have much reason to play it again. I might actually show off the label, just so you can see how funny it is. I'm pretty sure I get 0. Or if I do get any, it's not worth it. Like, I would much rather just disable the ads completely if I had the option, but that's just the way it is. Anyway, let's play a game. Do you want to play a game? Okay, why is it taking so long to spin? Oh, first game, Felix the Cat. You might have heard of this one. One that I maybe would have expected to find on the fake NES Mini, but wasn't on there. So, I'll take the Jurassic Park cartridge out. Pretty standard looking cartridge. Again, the only interesting thing about it was that it would keep glitching out whenever I tried to play it. So naturally, when I play it on stream, it doesn't do that. So, streamer's curse, I guess. Anyway, let me show off a couple of things here. Firstly, I just want to show off the greatest artwork of all time. Just this really messed up picture of RoboCop. Like, what is going on there? Like, what even is the perspective? I don't get it. But yeah, that is just RoboCop, which is on the fake NES Mini that I played earlier this year, so we won't be doing that again. But I will be playing this game. Yeah. You want some Felix the Cat for your Nintendo Famicom? It's kind of funny too, because this and Jurassic Park, these were both NES games that were never officially released on Famicom, so yeah, it's a bit of an odd one. So essentially we're taking a look, we're playing a game on the Famicom that was never actually released on the Famicom. If it decides to work. Jaws are messing about with actual cartridges. Also, I do apologise if the taking cartridges out were too loud. Okay, here we go. So yeah, you can see this one is literally just the NES game. They haven't changed it at all. It's still got all the copyright information. So yeah, you ever played this? It's funny too, because I've also got this on Game Boy, and I think I actually beat the Game Boy version on stream. Yeah, it kind of is dendy. Oh, also the game's a bit loud. Let me turn this down, so it's not echoing on the stream. Yeah. You ever played this one? Because I've played this one. Yeah. Unfortunately, one of the less interesting cartridges I have on this pile. Because it is literally just the NES game. Again, there don't appear to be any differences from the real thing, other than the cartridge itself. But it's a solid enough game, so I'm not going to complain. Certainly, probably one of the better games we'll end up looking at. You know, use my star power to ascend to victory. So how many platforms do you play as a cat? I mean, there's multiple on the wheel. Like, this is not the only one. No, all you did was miss out on the Jurassic Park game, which is a lot less interesting than I was hoping for, because it didn't glitch out when I wanted it to. But yeah, you ever played this one? It's just the word Felix in the air made it a cloud, apparently. Yeah, Rocman Cats. You know, I don't have a copy of Rocman Cats, but it is on the Fake NES Mini. That's how I played it, sort of earlier this year. There we go. Tank form for the win. I seem to recall this game isn't really all that difficult, but it's one of those games where if you're not careful, you can die really easily. Because some of the levels you can only get hit once or twice before you die. Oh god, on Yanko Town. Yeah, thankfully I don't have a cartridge of that. I probably have it on a multi-cart somewhere, but I don't have a standalone cartridge. That game is horrible. Like, like one of the very worst Famicom games, I think. Certainly if you're talking, like, you know, the early days, like 1985 or whatever. I can't think of a game that's worse than that one, other than maybe Super Arabian, and even then I'm not really sure. Like, sort of in competition with that, really. Like, just barely playable nonsense that no one in the right mind would want to play. I mean, this is certainly far better than that. And again, this never got released in Japan, despite being published by Hudson, and also being made by Japanese studios. What's the name? Shimada Kikaku, I think, who made this game. They also made a bunch of games for Character Soft, I think, like the people who did all those Sanrio games. Like, I remember the Hello Kitty one I played on the Fake NES Mini. Pretty sure that was them. Now, I did actually beat that game after streaming it. Didn't beat it on the stream, but I did beat it afterwards. Yeah, you don't get to play as Tom in the Tom and Jerry game. Though there is a Master System game where you play as Tom. Which is probably the more interesting game. I don't know if it's necessarily better, but it's conceptually more interesting. I'll get... Oh, bugger. It's more interesting in concept, if nothing else. Ooh. Also, yeah. And again, this is one of those games, if you don't play it carefully, you're going to just die a lot. It's one of those games where you have to play it very, you have to play precision. And if you play it without precision, you're just going to get killed over and over. And that's pretty much how I described this game. The Cryptic Free Stage game. Oh, I have that game. It's not a good game. Like, I have that game. I do not recommend it. It's... Yeah, it is extremely of its time. Like, a type of game that, like, only a Japanese kid in 1986 could appreciate. But if you play it now, you're just like, yeah, this sucks. Just like, I don't know. It's kind of thing like this interesting ideas, but it just doesn't come to, just doesn't come together. Fine, I'll go for the extra lives then. No, it's fine. We're not playing the bootleg. We're playing the legitimate NES game, albeit a pirated copy of it. I was like, yeah. I like this, by the way. You shoot it. Like, oh. I was going to pause the game. Also, I like what they do with the heads-up display when you pause. Oh yeah, the hacker. Yeah, because there are bootlegs of this game out there. Like there's literally a Famicom bootleg of this game. Despite the fact that pirate copies of this game exist for the Famicom anyway, so... I really don't understand the point. Like, you're bootlegging a game on the same console, which is effectively pointless, because you could easily just play the original, which is a far better game. It just doesn't make any sense. And I've played through the bootleg. It is incredibly jank, and not really worth bothering with. Also, didn't they, like, re-release this game, like, fairly recently? Yeah, because I definitely remember that being a thing, where they re-released this game, but they, like, replaced one of the main characters. Or not one of the main characters, but, like, I think one of the boss characters that you fight against, they decided to replace the character with something else, because of the way the copyright works. It's like, it was a Poindexter, and, like, someone else owns the copyright to that character. But then, like, the company that basically re-released this game owned the rest of the copyrights. Copyrights are just weird. I don't know. But again, This is most likely one of the better games I'm going to end up playing today. Because some of the games that I've got, they're not necessarily great. They're maybe interesting, but... Ooh. So yeah, here we go. Welcome to Egypt. But yeah, you get levels like this where you only get like 2 or 3 different forms, which means if you get hit like 3 times, you die. And you gotta be so reasonably careful. If you try to rush through the stages, you'll probably get hit. Unless you know where all the enemies are in advance. But I haven't really played this game recently. I mean, I haven't played any version of this game since I played the Game Boy one on stream. Here we go, playing form for the win. Oh, is it? I thought I updated that. No, I definitely updated that this morning. It's just that Twitch decided it couldn't be bothered to save it. Okay, so I have to go back and edit the stupid thing because Twitch didn't bother to save the stream title. Thanks, Twitch. I appreciate it. There we go. Yeah, promise I did edit it before the stream and Twitch just had a moment. So you can blame Twitch for that, not me. Also, yeah, if your like heart meter runs out, you like lose one of the forms. I do remember that. Also, for some reason, some of the stuff looks darker than I thought it did. And it's not like I'm playing some clone system. This is a real AV Famicom, so that shouldn't be a problem, I don't think. Also, there was a Famicom localization of this that was worked on, except it never got released. Well, certainly not until much more recently when the re-release happened, where I think there's an option to play it in Japanese. Oh. Oh, no, can't go in there. I think there's supposed to be like a bag earlier on the level that you come out of there. So I don't really get that face. There's a weird dog face inside the wall. Yeah, see my master shooting skills like that. Yeah, I'm just going to avoid that. Also, what is with the faces in the background? It just feels slightly out of place, I don't know. So, how many levels are there in this? It's like 9 levels, I think. I know the Game Boy version had less. I think they tried to fit the game on a smaller cartridge. Okay, I pressed jump, but it didn't work. Ugh! Okay, now I'm just not paying attention. It's okay, I can do this. Yeah, see the extra lives I got already. And it's level 2. Actually, how do you compare this, like, how do you think this compares to the Game Boy version? Because again, it's a lot like Jurassic Park in the sense that it was a game that never got released in Japan. And also, it was on the Game Boy, and the Game Boy is kind of the same game, except, well, in the case of this game, the Game Boy version is shorter. Because, again, there are more levels in this version. It's largely the same otherwise. Wait, oh, wait, yeah, shooting the professor head. I forgot there was even a thing. I totally forgot about that mechanic, because, like, why would you just shoot the professor's head in the background? Soon the game will be over. Oh no. Now we have to go up against unconvincing robot man. Is this character in the cartoons? Like, I had a VHS tape that had Felix cartoons on it, like, as a kid, but I don't even remember. It was, like, really early ones, like public domain, I think, from, like, the 1920s. Because Felix the Cat goes back very far. That's where my experience of it came from. He's really known for his weird tanks. But yeah, we're talking like 1920 or whatever. So basically over 100 years. Okay, I couldn't dodge that. I like the spell. You just shoot out the word bow. 3, 3, 1, and the crowd say bow select. Also, yeah. See, sometimes to put the enemies like right next to the edge of the platform. It's probably they can get hit there, actually. There we go. Okay, man. Did he do a video on this game? I don't remember that. I do know that there were... What was it like? There are Dendy consoles that have issues displaying the game's colours properly. Like, is this one of those games that has... what's it called? Like a bit set for the colours. So I know there are a few games that do that, and this might be one of them, I forget. Like, James Bond Jr. does it, and but Bubble Bobble, like the disc system version, does that as well. Oddly. Ugh! Okay, I thought I'd missed the jump. Turns out I didn't, but I ended up getting hit anyway. Yeah, see, this is the problem. This game wasn't really built for me. As someone would just run headfirst into everything. Yeah, it's kind of the problem. Sometimes, depending on what console you're playing on, you might struggle to see what's going on. And I gotta be honest, the screen's a bit dark on my TV. I don't know how it appears on the stream. Yeah, I think it's slightly brighter on the stream. So, yeah, might pop the problem. I'm sure that with the bootleg of this that the Dragon Co made for the Famicom, inexplicably, I think there was a level in that version that was literally impossible to beat without dying because they don't give you enough time to beat it. So you have to time out and then try to beat the level, which is, yeah, not great. Also, we've gone from Egypt to the Ice Mountains. Ugh. Can't see what I'm doing. It's not good. I got that thing. The weird balloon thing. I do know that, yeah, you can get blindsided vertically. Or if there's like an enemy above you when you're trying to move up, chances are you might get hit. As you know, the enemy's there. Okay, let's go in here. Wait, can you shoot the Professor Space? Because I'm trying to do that, it's not doing anything. Maybe it's a specific one that you have to do. Okay, let's, see how far I get here. Is this one of those games where they, like, covered it in, like, Japanese game publications at the time, and they're just like, yeah, we're just not going to release this. Even though Hudson Soft did release games up till, like, the end of the console's life, like, literally, the last game was a Hudson game. So I don't really understand that. Ugh. Maybe it's better to be near the bottom on this, so you don't get blindsided by the cannonballs. No, try to get in the thing! Okay. Actually, it might be easier to fight like this. The thing goes on arc, which means I have to be lined up with the boss. Yeah, there we go. Also, funny with the sprite flicker in there as well. There we are. So I'm looking forward to playing some of the more jank games that I've got in my collection. Eventually. Also, why does it just say blob? Oh no, not the blob level. Ooh, I do enjoy some of the soundtrack too. Ugh. I mean, here's the thing. As far as like licensed games go, again, I talked earlier about how usually in the 8-bit era they tended to be bad most of the time. But you do have exceptions. I mean, this easily is one of the better ones because like it's just an actual playable platformer that works. It's like, hey, you just made a solid platform game and just stuck Felix in it. So we can't really go wrong with that. It's kind of the thing, like, I think the problem with, like, licensed games all the time, it wasn't necessarily that they didn't really do a whole lot to represent the source material. A lot of the times is that they try to get ideas above their station, and because of that, you end up with these just weird games that are just not especially playable. It's like the Ninja Turtles game on the NES, like the first one. It's not a good game. But then you play, like, Ninja Turtles 2, which is a lot better. Oh. I don't know why I just moved to the right a bit there, but whatever. Yeah, some good soundtrack stuff going on with this. I'm gonna move the camera just a bit. Oh yeah, I like this by the way. Just like the instant you let go of the D-pad, he just falls asleep. It's like, it's like, is he narcoleptic? What's going on? Oh, also, yeah, I remember this is the set of levels where you get hit twice and you die. Because you can't get, like, a third upgrade, or second upgrade, whatever. And, yeah, there's not really much land. I mean, granted, there's no dying from falling into pits in this level, because there effectively aren't any. But, yeah, it's a bit odd. But, like, you see here, where I go in this room, yeah, I just get one up. Yeah, that's the thing, by the way. If you're maxed out with the power-ups, you just get a 1-up. So you can pretty much rack them up. If you're good at not getting hit, you get a ton of those. Unfortunately, I'm bad at that. I think with, like, pretty much any game, I tend to get hit a lot. So I tend to be better at games that are more forgiving about, like, you recovering from being hit. So, depending on what game you're playing. Yeah, I can do this. Rocking the D-pad and make jumps. Ugh. There's not that many icons here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so you know, I've got 11 lives now. Yeah, gonna take a while to lose all of those. Yeah, it's definitely one of the easier games you'll find on the system, but that's hardly a complaint. If anything, I find that, like most games from this era just tended to be, well, too hard for me to want to finish them. It's one of the ones where I'm like, yeah, I can beat this game. I don't know. I mean, I beat Castlevania once. Didn't really, I don't know. I never beat it again. I've played it again after that, but just never finished it, because didn't really feel the need to. Yeah, this is where I excel. Well, there is that. There's a lot of animation in this. Well, maybe not, like, tons. I mean, it's not... you know, this isn't Prince of Persia or anything, but... You know, they knew what they were doing with the animations. Okay, now we're in the... just totally underwater level. There we go. Now I get to ride a turtle. Yeah, I remember that the level, like this level, when they ripped it off of the Dragon Code bootleg. Like this one, I think is literally impossible. Ugh. Trying to punch the thing in the background, it's not working. Oh, okay. I thought that was the icon I was supposed to collect. No, that turns out that was just an enemy that I couldn't see earlier. Hello. Like, where did that go? Okay. Great. Makes up for the life I lost trying to collect it. So I didn't realize there was an enemy up there because I couldn't see it. So I can't remember if those bubble things kill you or not. They might just stun you for like a second. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, getting blindsided because you can't see what's above you. Kind of happens a lot in some of these levels. Or at least it does if you're me, anyway. Ugh. No, sod off. I need the power-up thing. Okay, here we go. Boss fight. Oh, did the bubbles just kill you? Here we go, Blob Man. I'm gonna wreak havoc. Wait, did he just shoot the word blob? What's going on there? So, Power of the Turtle will get me to victory. I know it's a turtle because turtles are water-based and tortoises are land-based. That's how you know the difference. That's how I know the difference. Okay, here we go. 12 lives. See if these can last me to the end of the game. I want to say the last level is a little bit hard. Maybe. Or maybe I don't remember. Ah, yes. So you played that ROM hack of Burbles? I say ROM hack, like reskin. Whatever. Also, yeah, I don't think I want to know what the context of that line is. Let's quickly move on from that. Also, the cowboy theme level that just features a whole bunch of volcanoes. The Yellowstone National Park, I don't know. So I forgot how many songs are in this game too. More of that than I remember. In the Wild Wild West, the Wild Wild West. Yeah, where's Will Smith when you need him? Ugh. Also, wait, no. This isn't Wild West, this is Jurassic. It's like, how do you not know the difference? It should be pretty obvious. Nope, can't go up there. Okay, also this is where you get enemies that take multiple hits. Boo! Okay. Sorry, it's just I just see Bo and I can only think of rewind the crowd say Bo Selector. I can't help it. It's in my DNA. Like that song was ingrained in my DNA from the moment I was born, even though the song wasn't out yet. That's how ahead of its time it was. Yeah, it feels like these levels you generally want to be near the bottom of the level. I don't know. Because the projectiles always seem to go up. Like we arc up rather than down, so. It's like I'm going to get hit by them that way. But I get the feeling the power-ups are all near the top of the level. Yeah, here we go. Also, why have we gone into, like, Jurassic Park? Like, is this just a time of the last game? It's like, hey, Jurassic Park's coming out, we better be ready for it. Because this game did come out in, like, 92, so this would have been shortly before then. Ugh, you know, I am relieved summer's coming to an end, and I won't have to endure it for another, like, 9 months or so. So, I can enjoy the next 9 months not having to live through summer. So, you know, could always be worse. Could be summer every month. It is not. So how long is this level? Okay, here we go. Just stick where these volcanoes are and you win. Ooh. I want the snow stage as well. I'll hold you to that. Well, I think we're past the halfway point anyway. So I'm pretty sure there's 9 worlds in this, I think. How do you time this? And this just looks like a level from Adventure Island 2 or something. Like, it really does. Like, you just look at the background, it's like... It really is just like a level that was just taken straight out of that game. I mean, this is Hudson, so... It makes sense. Ooh. Okay, here we go. It is like Hudson said, you know what? We need an Adventure Island level, even though this is not that game's something completely different. Ugh. Go for the background element told me that there was ground there. Okay, so that doesn't work. Fine, we'll just do the boss fight then. Oh no! Not evil cowboy Felix who ended up in the wrong time period. Yeah, the lost sequel to Time Gal. There we go. Yeah, look at all those points. I wonder if this game has a point system. Like, I think you get extra lives for it, but other than that, not really a whole lot. Yeah, this isn't an arcade game. I don't really see the point. I could understand if I was playing like Exerion or F1 Race or something, but you know. Okay, World 6, let's go. Here we go. Welcome to the One-Up City, apparently. I say that, I'm probably gonna get killed in a second, but whatever. So it feels like there's some weird current in this level. I don't know. So I can go to the left. But like, it feels like it's doing that even when I'm on land, but okay, no it doesn't. It might have just been in my head. What did Shimada Kikaku even make after this game? Like, I'm sure they made some other games, and maybe they just didn't get localized or released outside Japan. And I'm just not really familiar with them. I don't know. Hard to know. Yeah, there we go. See, I can't wait to play, like, the Duck game that doesn't have a name. Or maybe a Sidewinder. If anyone knows what Sidewinder is. Because I have that game. I have, like, multiple cartridges with it for some reason, because that's just the kind of thing I do. Oh, give me that. I mean, I've already got 19 extra lives. I may as well get a 20th one just for good measure. Just in case I get brick walls near the end. And I can just hold out. Just from the sheer amount of extra lives. Yeah. I've got 21 lives to flow. Here we go. No! I got hit. So yeah, just like... Oh yeah, this is one of those where, like, it flips the sprite, so that basically if you're facing to the left, it just backwards Zs. I always thought it looked funny when games do that. Like, what is it, werewolf? on the NES where like you have those people who shout "oh" at you and then they shoot. Except half the time they're facing the other way, so they say "ho." It's not the easiest thing to figure out how to work. How big are these levels? They're actually bigger than I remember. Not necessarily the game, but certainly like the individual levels. I don't know. But they got length. I'll say that. Some of them do, at least. I mean, there's effectively like 20-something sub-levels in total. Oh yeah, the Karakuro Cup 2. I maybe played that for like 10 minutes, but I'm not too familiar with it. I don't have that one on cartridge. And American Tail, I never played that. I have the film, but I just never got around to watching it for some reason. Maybe that's something to do after the stream. So here we go, in the freezing Arctic tundra. Presumably. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's right, yeah, the submarine has like a weird face on it. Like look at the bit below me. Like, what's going on there? Okay, so that doesn't do anything. So you can shoot some of those faces and you get extra life. Not that I really need it at this point, I don't think. I think 22 lives is more than enough. It's not like I'm playing Super Mario 3 that goes on for like several hours if you're trying to beat it. And has like 90 levels. Certainly, that game's harder than this. And I beat that game, like, relatively recently. But I don't think I've played it on stream. So, maybe that's one to do at some point. Oh, okay, we just gotta fight this thing again. It just looks like a background character from, like a British, like a low-budget British serial from, like, the 1980s. Like, Wordy or whatever his name was. I don't know. Well, I suppose there's that element of surprise when you don't know what the pattern is. Okay, level 6 complete. This is the Game Boy version, I'd be done by this point. But it is not. Also, let me know what the audio levels are like, if the game itself is a bit too loud, or if there's, like, echoing or anything like that. I'm going to smash you! It's like... Great line to find in a NES game, by the way. Oh yeah, I think this is the character that got replaced in the re-release of this game, because... Yeah, you can get this game on the Switch, I think. Certainly you can get this on some more recent consoles, and... Yeah, I think that character was taken out of the re-release because of just copyright weirdness. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, this is where the levels start to get a little bit harder, just because now you've got to, like, just weird sort of projectile stuff that you got to avoid. It's not too hard, but... I mean, so here's the thing. I mean, if you're well versed with NES platformers, like, you really should be able to beat this one without too much issue. With practice, you can get through it. Again, like, as far as like NES platformers go, like, I would say most of them are much harder than this. You compare this to, you know, like Ninja Gaiden or something, like, it's not even close. Like, Ninja Gaiden is like 1 billion times harder than this. Actually, probably 1 billion times 13. But, yeah. It's kind of the thing. Like, it's odd when you come across a game like this and it's actually not that difficult. I mean, you might die a bunch of times, but it's not like... You know, it's not like it doesn't give you the feeling like trying to play Dark Souls or anything. Like, this is kind of the opposite of that, in a sense. Maybe. But, I don't know, it's like I think of something like Mr. Gimmick, which is, like super hard. Certainly if you're trying to get the good ending, it's like, okay, how the fuck did anyone beat this? And that is not how I feel playing this game. This game, you play it and you're like, yeah, I can kind of breeze through this in, like, half an hour. Or maybe an hour at most. Like, if I just end up dying a bunch of times. And it makes for a nice change of pace from all the, like, you know, classic Nintendo hard. Yeah, think about this game when I'm playing half the other stuff today. Like some of the other games. I mean, like, you think of, like, the games I played on the fake entertainment system. Like, you know, the Robocop games, or Ninja Gaiden, or, I don't know, Silkworm. Yeah, Mario 1 is definitely harder than this game. Like, I can beat Mario 1 on a good day. And, I mean, Lost Levels, I mean, that game is just insane. Like, Mario 1 is, like, reasonably challenging. Lost Levels is just not worth bothering with, I would say. Unless you, like, are an absolute, like, fanatic at Mario 1 and have, like, mastered the physics and everything. Like, I would say I'm reasonably okay at Mario 1. Like, I almost beat it on this stream. Like, on the entertainment system. Didn't quite get there, but, you know. I did better than the majority probably would. Ugh! Nope. It goes through the platform. That does not help. Not that I really need it at this point, but it would have been nice. Ooh. Gotta be careful of those enemies inching to the edge of the platform, too. But yeah, I mean, you put this up against, like, Mario 3. Like, Mario 3 is not that difficult as far as games go. Like, if you know what you're doing, you can beat that game. Where really a lot of that game's challenge just comes from the length more than anything, I would say. But even then, like generally the levels are more difficult, certainly when you get later in, like the water levels or the ice levels or whatever. I mean, the ice levels in Mario 3 are a lot harder than this, I'll tell you that. And I mean, you get to the last set of levels where you got that really fast auto-scrolling thing. Yeah, like, good luck with that. Oh wait, I can shoot the snowballs? Okay, I didn't realise that. Okay, I figured out my secret weapon. The Felix platforms? Where you can jump on them? Also, yeah, Mario Lost Levels. Maybe we'll see that one day on stream, and then I'll play it for like 5 minutes and get killed a bunch of times, because I am not good at that game. Again, I've beaten Mario 1 through 3. I never beat Lost Levels, because... Mostly just because I just didn't care to. But also, I'm not sure I could, even if I wanted to. And I play it and I'm just like, you know what? Like, Mario 1... You know, of all the things that you could change with that game to try and improve on it if you wanted to, I don't think you really need to do much, but, you know, if you had to do that, I would just say, you know, just play... I mean, changing the difficulty is not it. Oh yeah, I forgot about this, the auto-scroller level, so, yeah, that's when you know we're, like, right near the end, because I think this is just... Yeah, I think World 8 is just the one level. I don't think there is a second part to this. And if I remember correctly, there's no transformation on this either. Like, this level you get hit once and you die. Yeah. How you dodge that thing, I don't remember. Like, I don't know if you're just meant to, like, hang on the left side of the screen. Yeah, so, like, notice that I didn't actually transform there. And I forgot that was a foreground object. It looked like part of the background to me. I don't know. Yeah, this is what all those extra lives were for. It's because you're probably going to get killed a bunch on this level. Because half the stuff that kills you just looks like part of the background. It's like these... Like, I keep thinking they're just part of the background, and then I just die. That's what it looks like to me. But no, it's just one of those where, like, the trick is to stay, like, at the left-hand side of the screen so you have more time to react to what's coming. It's typically in shoot-em-ups, that's not really a great idea, from what I remember. I know you want to keep collecting the icons, because your health runs out. It's like the one time where, if the health runs out, you just die. But, you know, they had to up the challenge somehow, so... Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Like, I don't think I'm losing, like, 20 levels on the stage. Especially since, I mean, I have beaten this game before, so... I know it doesn't go from, like, 0 to 100 at the end. Like, I can think of games that are kind of like that, though. Like, I don't know if anyone's ever played Puss in Boots Perrault's Great Adventure. I did beat that game. And that's a game that's, like, fairly easy for the most part, and then you get to the last level, and then suddenly the game just becomes super hard. But actually, well, no, it's not even true. Like, most of the level is fine, but then you get to the final boss, and then it suddenly just becomes, like one of the hardest boss fights, because there's not really much of a pattern, but it's like you have to do it a certain way. And even then, you still have the high chance of being killed, because of just the way it works. This game doesn't really have that, which is fine. Yeah, so you notice that I'm about to die, so you have to keep collecting the icons. It's almost like the Doomsday Zone in Sonic 3. Almost. Though, certainly, maybe not quite as climactic. Kind of wish this had the Doomsday Zone song. Like, that would have been kind of amazing. But, you know, every game should have the Doomsday theme. Okay, here we go. Yeah, there were two Puss in Boots games. There was the Famicom game and the NES game. And the NES game, weirdly, is almost like a remake of the Famicom game, which doesn't really make much sense. I never understood that. Yeah, so this is where the game is kind of hard, mostly because of those giant boulder things that you have to avoid. So we're on, I guess, the surface of Mars, or wherever this is. And I know that this stage is in the Game Boy version as well. It's kind of where the game ends in both versions. So it's not like some cut-down versions of games where you get, what was it? You get a version that has fewer levels, and they just do like the first half of the game, and it just ends. This, well, when it came to doing the Game Boy version, which came later, with that one, they basically made it so that they fit whatever they could into the ROM, because I think they used a smaller ROM for that one. And then, yeah, just a bunch of levels in the middle just kind of got tossed out because they didn't have space for them in the ROM. It's funny too, because like DuckTales on Game Boy is like half the size of the NES version, and I think all the levels are still in it, but it's not as good. It's kind of jank in a way that the original isn't. Yeah, this is like I forget if it's 2 or 3 parts, but we're kind of... No, it is 3, because I remember the last level was indoors. But yeah, we're sort of right near the end. So there's not really much else left of this game. It's just kind of just doing this run of a couple of levels and then try to finish it. I don't know. I don't even know why I'm doing this. I'm just doing it because I can. Yeah, look at that. 27 lives, just in case, 26 wasn't enough. See my superior jumping skill. Yeah, thankfully, I mean, leaps of faith aren't really much of an issue in this game. There are definitely some NES Famicom games where you just have to rely on leaps of faith to get through half the levels. And thankfully, I mean, even though this game does have sort of vertical scrolling, you don't tend to run into that much because of the way the screen scrolls. And the way the levels are kind of designed to avoid that being an issue. Like, there are death pits, but not that many of them. Is this the same music from the underwater levels? I think it might be. Okay. I do get slight Bonk's Adventure vibes from the level designs now that I think about it. Which again, Hudson Soft game, so maybe that kind of makes sense. Yeah, just collect everything you see. Unless it's an enemy. Don't collect it because you'll just take damage. Yeah, here we go, so... As I say, I remember this level's just indoors. It's like, oh no, not the Professor's space castle. Or whatever this is. Like, does the Professor have a castle in space? That seems kind of unlikely. Also, the icons almost make it look like you're going to have to do a, like a boss rush at the end. Which would make it more challenging, but I'm pretty sure this game doesn't do that. Like, you just do the one boss fight and that's it. Or maybe it's like a 2-part boss fight or something, but... No, you don't fight the bosses in the previous levels. Like, you have that one rematch that happened earlier in the game, and that's it. Other than that, you fight the bosses once and then you're done. And this is kind of just a retread of one of the earlier levels, like the pyramid level. This is very similar to that. Like, it's even got the like weird dog faces on the walls. And some of the other enemy types might be the same. It's alright, the power of bow will get me to victory. Because bow knows. Here we go. Yeah, it looks a lot like the Egypt level. Okay, I remember this. So the bags, you can go into those to get power-ups. I'm trying to see, is this easier to do if you were playing as the car? Because you shoot straight? Okay. I don't want to be doing it like this, because you have to be in close range to do it. Not really worth it. So it goes back to this song if you go in this room. I don't think the boss's health refills if you go and replenish lives. I think it does carry the health over if you exit and come back. So it's not too bad. Though it's not made obvious because there's no boss meter. You know, I'm just going to go in here and get the health. Yeah, I'm just going to enter the bags. Might as well just stock up now. And then if I get killed, I think I can just go back into these rooms anyway, so it's kind of a whatever thing. Okay, if I kill them in like 3 hits, you'll know that the health does carry over. Like, it does not reset if you go into a bag, which is good, because I'm sure there are countless other games that would reset the health and not tell you. There we go. That's the end of the game! So there we go. I've completed at least one game today. Felix the Cat in the house. And the game's just controlling itself here. So there we go. That's the end. There's no, you know, surprise boss at the end or anything like that. Yes, Kitty has been rescued. I've beat at least one game today. Not one of the harder games you'll find, but hey. Sometimes you just want a game like this that you can just kind of breeze through. Kind of like Kirby's Dream Land or something like that. This is sort of like the equivalent to that, if anything. Like the the NES equivalent. I was going to say Famicom, but this wasn't on that, so... But there we go. And that's the game. The end. Yeah. That's how you know the game's over. But, yeah, I don't think there are any credits or anything like that. The game just kind of ends on the screen. As Felix flies back to Earth with his magic bag. So, yeah, good game. Classic game. In fact, well, better than I remember, actually. I remember it being slightly frustrated playing it before, but going back to it, quality game. Not a whole lot more I can say about that, so let's play some jank nonsense for the next game. Because, yeah, we got like 25 games here. So, see what classics we got next. I do have some Saturn games on this too. So let's see. Oh, and the next game is... oh yes! From the sublime to the ridiculous. Rocman X is in the house. Oh no, this is one I was dreading. At the very least, this one will not take very long, because I am not good at this game. I'm not even sure why I have a copy of it, but I do. Because I've got a whole bunch of these, like, Saturn cartridges. So, here we go. So, take the cartridge out. Yeah, unfortunately, there's really nothing of interest to say with this one. Quality game, but the cartridge itself is not very interesting. It's got an ID number of FC1. It's about as exciting as it gets, really. But, yeah, here we get to play the first of possibly multiple Saturn games. I actually have to break open my cassette tape holder thing for this. Yeah, here we go. And you know what's funny? Like, Saturn, they mostly made sort of original games. But then they made this. Which, yeah, I wonder if you can see what they were inspired by when they were making this game. Yeah, Rocman X. And, yeah, you got your generic caution on the back. Not a whole lot to say there. Though it does have Saturn embossed on it. Not though you can see it, but, yeah, it is there. I promise. Oops. Okay, I did not mean to do that. Okay. So here we go. Rocman X. If it decides to work. It does work, I promise. again, I don't think we're going to be playing this one for very long. Yeah, gee, I wonder where they could have gotten this title screen from. Yeah, we'll just draw a cape on him and call it a day. It's weird too, because again, the game itself is largely original. Like, you look at this cutscene and it's all got, like, original artwork and that sort of thing. So here we go, welcome to Gaydom City. By the way, I do need to make a statement, by the way, when it comes to the way the continues work. The way the continues work in this game doesn't really make any sense. Basically, if you die once, you get to continue, but then if you die again and continue, you have to redo the level. So if I have to do that first continue, I'll continue playing the game, but once it gets onto the continue screen where I have to restart the level, I will, yeah, call it there, basically. Yeah. Also, yeah, Rocman, like Republic of China Man? Is that where they got the name from? Maybe. Also like this, by the way. So, yeah. Oh no! I was like, oh no! Mayor's daughter, Miss Lucy, is kidnapped! Also, it's just like evil Rocman X, or whoever this is. And then here we have Potato Man, Havel, 35 years old, a single man, because the whole city needs to know that he is available, and also out to destroy the city. Also, he has no neck. I don't know what's going on there. Like, is he a potato man? Like, what's going on? Oh no, not the poor lung tank. Oh, I wish Snake Roy was on the Famicom. I would so play that to death. I need to see if I can get that on Game Boy, because I have a couple of Saturn multicards, but they don't have Snake Roy. And that is unfortunate, because they have far lesser games, like Crazy Burger. Also, I don't know what's going on with the colours here. Like, where's the gone for, like, a light green? And they could have just gone for white. Also, get a load of that. Oh, that's the money shot right there. So they were trying to go for, like, a Batman-style thing. I don't know. You know what's funny? I think I have the Game Boy version of this as well. Because they did remake this for Game Boy Color, and that version is horrible. I can't remember which stage I want to do first. I want to say it's the waterfall level. I think this might be the most doable. But, yeah. So, you would expect this to just be a Mega Man clone, but it kind of isn't. Like, if anything, it's closer to Power Blade than it is to Mega Man. Because you have the whole thing about, what is it? Yeah, because you got the whole thing with boomerangs, like that's kind of your main attack. You can get other power-ups later on, but probably won't get that far. It's spoilers. There we go. Also, great sound effects too. So from what I remember, the strategy here is you just want to go up. Oh, also the enemies respawn, because it's that kind of game. It's like, yeah, when I was talking about, like, Nintendo Hard earlier, I was thinking of this sort of thing. And you want a game that makes Felix the Cat look like the Barney game on the Mega Drive. Well, there you go. Because Felix the Cat at least has a little bit of challenge. This game is designed to just slaughter you from the off. Like, you can get power-ups to kind of mitigate some of the difficulty, but yeah, good luck. From what I remember, like, this first level isn't too bad, but once you get to, like, level 2, good luck. Also, yeah, the enemy placement here is not great. Sometimes you just kind of land on enemies, and there's not really a good way of avoiding them. There we go, if I can get to that. Look at how fast the enemies are, too. So you get barely any time to react. Oh, also I remember, yeah, you're actually supposed to go into this hole. It looks like the hole would kill you or lead you somewhere you don't want to go. No, you actually want to go there, and that's how you beat the level. Yeah, try explaining that. Also, this is one of those evil games where your health carries over between levels. So if you, like, finish the previous level with barely any health, you basically have no health going into level 2. So good luck with that. Yeah. See, this is why I'm allowing myself to continue here, because you don't get enough health for this. And I don't remember where you're supposed to go. I think you're maybe supposed to go down, but I'm not even sure about that. Like, is this a dead end? Yeah, of course it is. Oh, also, naturally your projectiles can't go through walls, but all the enemies can. It's that kind of game. Yeah. So I'm talking about... Again, this is a game you play for like 2 minutes and get killed a bunch of times. Just, ugh. Actually, you know what? Let me... I'm not going to really play this properly again, but I just want to show you what happens when you get game over. And decide to quit. Because it's probably the best part of this game. Watch this. So you fall down here. By the way, you don't get to refill your health again like you could the first time. Doesn't make sense. But if you quit... For some reason, the X in the title just glitches out. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense. But, yeah, that's Rocman X. that's all you need to see of that game, trust me. Like, that cutscene at the beginning, that's the highlight of the whole game. Okay, let's see if we can play something better. Let's see what we've got. So, next game on the list is the classic game, Taiwan Mahjong II. Yeah, suffice to say, we're not going to play this one for very long either. Not because it's not good or anything, but because, well, it's a Mahjong game. What is there to say, really? But, okay, let me put this one game back and take the other one out. Taiwan Mahjong 2. Yeah, Taiwan Mahjong, a game so great, they had to make a sequel to it, and for some reason I own both of them. I don't know why. I think they might have just been cheap. It's like, well, it's cool to have the Saturn cartridges, even if it is Mahjong. And the cartridge looks like this. Yep, it's got a nice big 2 on it. And some artwork of Mahjong tiles. Yeah. Also, on here, it, like, I guess just lists a whole bunch of games they released in 1990, maybe? I don't really know what's going on there, but yeah, it's got like TC, SA, ID numbers. Yeah, so I guess that's just all the games they'd released up to that point, maybe? See if this works first try. Yeah, there we go. Also, yeah, Little Red Hood, everyone's favourite. Except anyone who's ever played it. There we go. Actually, is it called Taiwan Mahjong 2? On here it just says 16 and then something in Chinese. Okay, again, this is one I'm going to play for like 5 minutes. But yeah, from 1992. So why it says 1990 on the back, I don't know. Because the game was clearly made after that. But yeah, if you ever played Taiwan Mahjong 16, or really any Mahjong game, you kind of know what to expect. But this one has voice samples! So, yeah, truly ahead of its game. I'm not going to lie, I actually do kind of like this game. A little bit. But unfortunately, this is, like... It's the sort of game I enjoy it, but at the same time, this is the worst game to stream. like, this is a game that, like, would just kill the stream. Just because no one wants to watch a Taiwanese Mahjong game being played. Yeah, I'm just going to throw that out. Oh, let's do that. Throw away the green one. Can I get a red one? Nope. So, how close am I to winning? So, I've got... Okay, I don't need a 5 to win? No, because I need the 3... the 3 of these things. The Chinese characters. Let's get rid of the 8. I'm not going to need that. But, yeah, you kind of get the idea on how this works. It's literally just, yeah, Mahjong. And to be fair, it's a perfectly fine Mahjong game. It's just not very interesting. Just by nature of what it is. It's the kind of game that I would play if I was particularly bored. Felt like playing Mahjong. I do actually have a real, like, set of Mahjong tiles. They feel really good in the hand. Like, I like... Wait, which one is 4? Did I throw away a 4 tile? I thought it was 5. Oops. No. Yeah, I'm definitely more of a Mahjong Solitaire fan myself. It's easy to get my head around the rules. I mean, to be fair, the rules here are easier to pass than they are in something like Ricci Mahjong, where they just make them super complicated. And I kind of get the appeal. Like, there's something to Ricci Mahjong, but it's too Galaxy Brain for me. I can never get my head around it. Now, I tossed a 4 earlier, though. Like, the one next to the 2 on my end. Yeah, I think this is it. Is the computer going to win? Nope. I think that's it. Also, I don't know what that screen is for. I never understood that. Is that just to determine who goes first? I mean, if you want to skip the game, then sure. I'm not gonna... I'm not gonna choose that for you. But I kind of want to try playing this hand. This hand is not great, but I'll see if I can make it work. So let's see, 3, 4, 7, 8. Yeah, because I remember like Ricci Mahjong, they have like a ton of extra rules that aren't present in this version. It's like this version, I have a better understanding on how to play it. It's just kind of a case of, you know, you get runs like Gin Rummy and that sort of thing. Where again, Ricci Mahjong, they put a whole bunch of extra rules in there on like certain types of hands and how many points they're worth, like that sort of thing. So no, that's a 4. Okay, and this is a 5, and this is a 6. That's 7. Yeah, I remember the one that looks like a T as a 7. Kind of want to keep the east tile just in case I get another one. Because I noticed that it shows on the left. Like, does that mean if I have that in my hand, I get extra points? I don't remember how that works. Let's get rid of the 1. Ooh. Okay. Haven't even called any hands yet. Okay, let's see if I can do this. No! No, the computer won. Okay. Well, I guess we'll quit while I'm behind and move on, I guess, because there's really not much else to show. I mean, this is it, really. I mean, it's fine, but I don't think there is a win condition for this. I mean, maybe if you bankrupt the other player, but suffice to say, I've never come close to doing that. Not being very good at these games. But, also, if you press start, it does this for some reason, and I never understood what the point of that is. I've only ever seen that in the Saturn Mahjong games. I never understood the point of it, but anyway. Not a whole lot more to say about that, so we're just going to move on. See what else we've got. Yeah, well, you didn't need to redeem that, I've just skipped it for you. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, here we go. An actual game next. A game that you might have actually heard of. Yes, Rainbow Islands. It's funny, because I played Bubble Bobble 2 on the fake NES Mini. Now we get to play the other Bubble Bobble 2 that isn't the other Bubble Bobble 2. This is the first one that was called Bubble Bobble 2. It's like one of the most confusing series of games ever. Like, I've never understood it. It's just, like, why is this series like it? So, yeah, take out the Mahjong game. Place that somewhere. Okay, here we go. It's one of the weirder cartridges I own, actually. So, for a couple of reasons. Firstly, if you look on the label, I think they've taken the artwork from the Famicom version of the game, except they've got these, like, speech bubbles that are just completely blank. Like, there's no text in them. I have seen a version of this where it has, like, Chinese text in it, I think. But for some reason, for this version, they took the text out, which doesn't make any sense. Surely you just source a version of the image that doesn't have the speech bubbles in it. But, yeah. And then if you turn on the back, I love this. They copied the Taito logo, but they changed it to Titered. It's like the D instead of an O, which is quite funny. And also the label on the back. This seems to have been just copied from like an actual Famicom game. I don't know which one. Maybe it may well be a Taito game, but let's try this out. Yeah, might have heard of this one. So yeah, this game, of course, I'm going to turn this down, actually. It seems a bit louder than the other games. Yeah, you might have heard of this. This got ported to a whole bunch of different systems. Like, this game was huge in, like, the UK at the very least. Like, this got ported to all the computers, and some of those versions were very good. And there were, like, multiple versions of this on the NES. Like, for some reason, Europe got a different version of this that was, like, made from the ground up, and it's completely different to the Famicom version, which is the one I'm playing here. So, yeah, if you ever played this... Yeah, well, it's been a while since I've played this, so I'm going to be kind of rusty, and also rubbish. I do remember the whole goal of the games, you got to collect the gems. And sometimes you get these other power-ups that increase your stats. Oh. No, apparently that kills you. Even though I'm pretty sure I killed the enemy first, but whatever. Yeah, it might have been the American one. I think because there's like cutscenes between the levels in this that have Japanese text in them, and they probably didn't want to get in trouble over that. And again, I'm kind of rusty with this game, so you have to excuse me not being any good at it. Okay, there we go. I just like the counter they have on the left. Does it still have the timer? I'm pretty sure it does. Like, they would do that. And, oh! Okay, I didn't mean to do that. I can't remember if that was in the arcade version or not. I think it might have been. Okay, I remember this. Yeah, so the red one allows you to shoot the double rainbow. Yeah, I don't remember that meme. Whatever happened to double rainbow guy? He's still around. Yeah, I have, yeah, 150 in one with this game. And I've got, like... I definitely have a multi-cart with this game on it that we probably will end up seeing at some point. I'm not going to play it on there, because for this series at least, I'm just going to be doing these games once. Yeah, you can see how rusty I am at this game. Ugh, you have to excuse me being rubbish at it. Again, it's been a while since I've played this. I had this on PlayStation back in the day. Because for some reason this game got ported to PlayStation. I guess because, again, this game was, like, big in the UK. So it's like, we gotta port this for all the British folk. For all the Anbu fans out there. Okay, that was just me being rubbish. But yeah, for all the Anbu fans out there. Yeah, couldn't even get to the first boss. That's how bad I'm at this nowadays. I used to be better at it. I used to be able to get further into it back in the day. Yeah. Well, there we go. You have to forgive me for my being rubbish. You know, I got the one... I beat the one game today, which is good, because that means I'm, you know... It gives me an excuse to be rubbish at all the other ones I end up playing. It's like, hey, I beat Felix the Cat. I'm not the worst ever. Yeah, I think that deserves that.
Quit your jibber jabber! You ain't hurt! You pathetic! Ah!
Also, I forgot the camera overlaps Mr. T. Let me fix that. Okay, let's go back to the wheel. Let's hopefully play a game that I can survive on for more than like 5 minutes. Fingers crossed. Okay, let's see. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, here's a game I know well. You might remember this. I did a whole video on it once. This is a game I know pretty well. Tom and Jerry. Best of the best. You ever heard of this one? The game that is best of the best. Oh yeah, I'm sure this is one that you've all been looking forward to.
Quit your jibber jabber! You ain't hurt!
I've got I still had Mr. T in one. You know, actually, yeah, that was so bad I had to play it twice. But anyway. Yep. The legend returns. Tom and Jerry. Best of the best. Why it's called that, I have no idea. There was a NES game called Best of the Best, but it's not on this cartridge. It's just the one game. But, see if this even works. The cartridge is slightly worse for wear than it used to be, so... Oh, no, it works. As I say, this is a game I know better. I do enjoy Kashang's cartridge labels. They're so weird. Also, yeah, this is actually just the NES version. They edited it slightly to remove the name Nintendo, but other than that, it's the same, as far as I can tell. Kind of a shame it's not the Famicom version, actually. The Famicom version, I would say, is better. It refills your health whenever you beat level, which this version does not. It also gives you infinite continues, which this version also doesn't do. Not that it matters with this challenge, because it's going to be playing for 1 credit anyway, but... You know, if you want to beat this game, yeah, I'd recommend the Famicom version, if anything. Just because it's more forgiving in terms of, like, not making you redo the whole game because you used up too many lives. Also, yeah, the soundtrack on this is classic, by the way. You know, Jeff Follin doing his work. But, yeah. Kind of funny, like, there were a whole bunch of Tom and Jerry games back in the day. I've got, like, 2 of them on the Game Boy, and they're not exactly great. I mean, this game doesn't generally get great reception nowadays, but I don't know. I think it's one of those, it's better than people tend to make it out to be. It's not necessarily, like, one of the best games ever or anything. Like, hold on, where's the hole? There you go. Yeah, this is maybe the best high-tech expressions game. Like, high-tech expressions do not have a good reputation. This is about as good as their games actually got. Like, the only games that I could maybe recommend that they published are this game and Chessmaster. Like, Chessmaster is fine. Like, if you want chess on your NES, that's kind of the one to play. I guess Battle Chess is more interesting, but it's so slow. It kind of kills it. But, yeah, those are kind of the only games they published that I can maybe recommend. Actually, did they do the, like, Mickey Mouse, like, edutainment games that got released at the end of the NES's life? I can't remember if that was them or not. I want to say those games were okay. Though I would play this game over that. Last stage of this game? Again, I've tried beating this version. I can never do it. I'd always get stuck near the end. Again, like, while I have beaten this, it was the Famicom version I beat. Just because that version has infinite continue, so it means I wasn't having to, like, redo the earlier levels every time. And it's kind of the biggest problem with it, I think. It's just, yeah. But that was just kind of a common issue with games in this era in general. Was you know, it's like, oh, you use too many lives and now you have to do the whole game again. I forget what you do with the spider. There we go. I like that some of them just kind of walk around. Also, you do get items in this, but like some of them end up being useful at certain points, and some of them just kind of don't. And even then, the ones that are useful, you kind of have to keep them. Because, like, if you die, you lose them, I think. But I can't remember if you die once, or if you have to use a continue. I don't remember. Does this game have code for extra lives? I don't remember that. Maybe it's just on the pirated ones, because I don't remember seeing that for the... Well, for the real, like, licensed version, anyway. Yes, here we go. So I'll collect a hammer. I'm not going to lie, I cannot remember what the hammer actually does, if anything. Like, maybe it just kills an enemy in one hit, but I don't remember it really being useful. Like, there are a couple of items you do want to use when you get them. So you see power 30, which I think just means I can use it 30 times. And I think the sweet... I think that might give you some health back, I think. I'll have to try that later to be sure, but I think that's what it does. Oh, you do it on the title screen. Is that something that they hacked in for the pirated version, though? Because I don't remember that being a thing. Like, maybe that works on this copy, but... whether or not it works on an actual NES version, I don't know. But it is kind of funny that they pirated the NES version of this and not the Famicom version, because most of the time when it came to, like, pirating games in multiple regions, they tended to go for the Famicom release, but I think, if anything, what the truth is, it tends to be a case of, like, whichever version was released first tended to be the one that got pirated, with some exceptions. In fact, I think there is at least one exception that will eventually come to that's on the wheel. So, we may see that today. Possibly. Actually, maybe I do want health, because here's the thing, your health doesn't refill between levels in this version. Again, in the Famicom version it does, but not in this one. Yeah. See, thankfully, again, this is a game I've done my time with it. But yeah, that's kind of the thing. So, yeah, this game did come out on the NES before the Famicom. Like, Famicom version didn't come out until about a year later. Like, this version was 91, Famicom version was 92, and like late 92 at that. So, I guess that kind of explains why they went for this version. Just because it happened to come out first. It's like, you look at the, I guess the games that were on that fake NES Mini. And, what was it? And yeah, you're better off just jumping over those enemies. You have to hit them like 2 or 3 times. And even then, I don't remember if it kills them or not. Ugh! Stupid water. Also, you get ink, which just makes you invisible, but that somehow also makes you invincible for like 10 seconds. Which is interesting. Also, yeah, the screen's a bit dark on my end, which makes some of the enemies harder to see than they otherwise would be. So, yeah. If I struggle to see the enemies, that's the reason why. There is a little bit of slipperiness to the controls, but it's kind of on a similar level to, I would say, like Mega Man 1 on the NES. It's, I don't know, it feels like that in terms of control, which is fine. Not perfect, but, you know, it would work. Also, yeah, you missed that jump. Yeah, have fun with that. Actually, yeah, I'm just gonna take the hammer out. Like, look at that. Yeah, so this is where you want to use it. See, the items do have a purpose, but it's just kind of strange how the items work. A lot of the time, it's just, I forget I even have them. And, yeah, like, you notice that, like, when I went out of the invincibility mode, it didn't automatically switch back to the hammer, even though I did have it equipped earlier. So I don't really understand that. It's also kind of weirdly sort of inconsistent in how certain things work. Like some of the crab enemies, I can like knock them off the level, but these ones that just stay in place, you can't. Which is weird. I don't really understand that. Also, I do have the sound turned down, so like the audio cue for the water's coming, I can't actually hear it on my end, so yeah. If I get hit by the water, that's why. It's just because I can't hear it coming. Well, not easily anyway. Ugh. And yeah, your timing's got to be pretty spot on too. And this is one of those enemies where the enemies respawn a lot. Yeah, this game looks a lot like Crash Dummies. I mean, it was made by the same people who made that game, because, yeah, what was it? Software Creations, who made both games. I mean, Crash Dummies came out after this. I don't know, I remember generally the stage designs in that game, I would say, are worse. I mean, this kind of feels like a better version of the Wolverine game that got released maybe a couple months before this. Yeah, I mean, you can farm for lives in this with those snail enemies, but I mean, if you want to beat the game and just have a ton of extra lives built up, I mean, that is an option, but yeah. Let's see if I can at least beat the first boss. I do remember the bosses in this version, some of them at least are harder. And I never quite figured out, like, the way the arc works on your attack. Sometimes it just seems to go lower than I think it should. Doesn't have the Tom's projectiles kind of blend into the background on my screen as well. But there we go. Yeah, the Wolverine game is not good. Again, it's kind of just like this game, but bad in some ways. It's like your weapon hurts you, so you basically don't want to use it. It's like, okay, yeah, let's make it so the claws hurt you, which is kind of the complete opposite of what they do to actual Wolverines. Like the people who made it had no idea on how Wolverine's powers work. So it does, like, the opposite of what it's supposed to do. Like, if anything, they should have just made it so that you gain health by killing enemies. Something like that. Like, make it more combat-oriented. This is kind of obnoxious, too, where you have, like, enemies that go up to the very edge of the platform. It's kind of what I was talking about with, like, leaps of faith and stuff earlier. Like, where this game has certain problems that the Felix the Cat game does not. Where you kind of have leaps of faith in some areas later on. And, yeah, it's just kind of, I don't know. Like, constantly respawning enemies, which is common on the NES, but doesn't make it any better. I mean, at least it refills your health when you beat a world, I think. Though I don't think I actually got hit during the boss, so... But yeah, I mean, you can tell this was a NES platformer made in the UK. Like, there's a distinct feel to, like, UK platformers, and... yeah, often not good. This is one of the better ones. You know, certainly I'd take this over most of Software Creation's other NES games. You compare this to, again, like Wolverine, or I'm trying to think what else they even made. I know they made like a whole bunch of licensed games, but it's mostly games that aren't actually platformers. They're like something else. It's like Magic Johnson's Fast Break, which is just a really lame basketball game that's like has an amazing title theme, but the game itself is really dull. Or Pictionary, which is like, well, imagine Anticipation on the NES, but like a really bad version of that, where like the pictures are so abstract you basically can't even guess what they're supposed to be, and yeah, it just doesn't work. I don't know. It's like if I want to play that game, I'll just play Anticipation instead. Ugh, okay. Somehow I didn't get hit there. I'll take it. Yeah, I mean, again, this is probably one of the better licensed games on the NES for what it's worth, because there's a lot of bad ones. Certainly, you put this up against, like, well, pretty much anything Ocean did for the NES, like Hook or Hudson Hawk. I can't remember if that was them, but yeah, certainly that game is pretty bad. This is certainly better than that. Which way do you go? Oh, you just go to that spot and the level ends. Okay. I mean, Tom and Jerry is fine as far as cartoons go. I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, I prefer Looney Tunes myself, but I think they just kind of have more personality generally. So you got this like weird sound on this level. I think you can bounce on the caterpillars. Yeah, you have to use them as trampolines, basically. This one, from what I remember, the trick is that you want to keep making the screen move up so that you have more time to react to what's coming from above. So yeah. Ugh. It's kind of the secret. And I think they did alter the level design a bit on the Famicom version of this as well, just to make one of the jumps easier to make. Probably see that soon enough. So yeah, see the amount of acorns falling as well. I wonder why the acorns are like lime green. This is the limitation of the NES, but... well, I say NES, I mean technically this is AV Famicom, but it's a NES game being played on Famicom, effectively. It's kind of funny how, like, pretty much all the games I've played so far, like, most of them have either been, like, American games, or, like, Saturn games. Not really much in terms of, like, Japanese, like Famicom games. I do have some, it's just I haven't come across them yet. Is this the part where they changed the level design for the jump? Or was that a bit late? Yeah, I think... no, it is this bit. Yeah, because I think they removed a part of ceiling so you could actually... yeah, because you have to, like, tap the button. If you hold it down, you don't make the jump. You just clip off the ceiling and you don't get enough distance as a result. Yeah, you can tell I've played this one before. You know, Rainbow Islands, I may be rusty to the point of not even being able to beat the first level. This game, yeah, you better believe I'm beating the first level with this. Also, I didn't even realize you could hit the acorns, but you just have to avoid them. Oh, I learned something new today. Ugh. Yeah, see, this is the problem when you're, like, too high up the screen and you can't see what's coming. Oh, okay, I didn't actually try to use that. Apparently I lost the... For some reason I lost the hammer, I don't know why. Just, yeah, you don't get to use the hammer anymore. my hammer privileges have been revoked. Or is it one of those things, like, is it like if you die with it equipped, you lose it? I don't know. I can only think of one game that does that, and that's Thunder Force. Well, I guess that's technically multiple games, but yeah, you can see how hard it is to kind of aim with the projectiles on this. It's harder to aim than necessary, because it seems to, like, change depending on what part of the jump you're in. And it's kind of just needlessly confusing. And, yeah. Certainly parts like that are a lot harder than they should be, just because it's hard to aim the weapon. Kind of makes you just wish you could just shoot forwards, like in, well, like Contra or something like that. But there we go, that's Tom and Jerry. The best of the best, according to the cartridge label. But, okay, let's see what else we've got. Got a whole bunch of other games here, so let's take a look at one of those. Let's see. And it is Magic Jewelry 2. We may be on this one for a while. Because we saw Magic Jewelry 1 on the fake entertainment system, an inferior version of it that only has like 4 songs, but we did see it. Yes, Huang Xinwei in the house. He cannot be stopped. Nor can Huang Junming, or whatever the name is. Okay, let me pull this out. Okay, this one, not in the best condition. It's a bit sun-faded. Crazy sun-faded, but yeah, here we go. 1991, Magic Jewelry 2 in this amazing system font they used. Great. And also they just use a screenshot of the title screen for the image. Generic warning on the back. Yeah. But look at the sun fading on this. So I bought this from Taiwan. They must have just left this out on a windowsill. But as I say, we've looked at Magic Jewelry 1 before. Let's take a look at Magic Jewelry 2. So, here we go. Magic Jewelry 2. I like how you started up. You just get this big read me on how to start the game. Not how to play it, just how to pick all the different options. So, stage. Also, notice that some of these graphics are taken straight out of Hatris for the Famicom. So we'll start on stage 0. So we've got various different options. So we can play with jewelry, fruit, cards, hats, dice, block, and mahjong tiles. Well, I think we've had enough mahjong for one day, so let's go. Kind of want to go for fruit. You know, let's do cards, because that's just what I'm feeling right now. Also, I don't remember what this does. Oh, okay, well, I advanced past it. I think that just means you only get points from certain icons or something like that. So, music, well, obviously we'll have that on. Flash, I forget what that is, so I'm going to turn that on just to see what it does. That may only be for 2-player mode, though. Also, yeah, you can see they're just reusing the title screen from the first game here. But they added a 2-player option. Because the first game didn't have that, but they added it for the sequel. Also, this background, isn't this taken from Rescue the Embassy mission for the NES? Yeah, if anyone's played that. I've played it, that game's kind of cool. Also, the music plays in different order, depending on what, like, tile set you chose, which is a bit odd. I remember the Game Gear version of Columns allowed you to choose different tile sets. It didn't change the music, though. Okay, I need a club. Give me the club. Okay, that'll do. Yeah, see that for a nice combo. Yeah, literally it's just magic jewelry, but there's more of it. That's about it, really. It's kind of just... Yeah, we just added a whole bunch of features to the other game and just made a better version of it. I mean, it kind of supersedes Magic Jewelry 1. As much as I like the first game, this is literally just an upgraded version of it, where they just added a whole bunch of extra features. And this version doesn't have, like, half the music cut from the soundtrack, which is great. Because that was the problem with the, you know, fake NES Mini version. And why it was like that, I have no idea, because I don't remember Wang Xinwei doing a version like that. Maybe it was just an error in the ROM, like whoever hacked it, I don't know. But it is funny that it changes the background too. Yeah, it's a really good version. You really cannot fault this version of the game. It also amuses me, like, they ran out of card suits, so they just said, yeah, we'll just make one of them just the letter A. Yeah, we'll get rid of the A's, see what happens. Yeah, here we go. I was playing this song earlier in the little pre-stream thing. Oh yeah, the Godfather one. Oh yeah, I wish I still had that 119 one. I don't have it anymore, but yeah, I remember sending that off to be dumped, and since, well, you can find a ROM of that online nowadays if you really want to, so that's been successful. But I don't have that cartridge anymore. Actually, was it this song? Or, no, it might have been Greed Sleeves. Magic Jewelry 1.5. Well, yeah, it's kind of intermediate, possibly between this and the original. I don't actually know, but it feels like it is. Because, I mean, the original was 1990, this was 91. And yeah, the two-player mode definitely adds something to the game, but I think it's similar to playing Tetris on the NES, where I don't think the second player really affects much of anything for the first player. It's kind of just like two people playing the game at the same time. I think. Maybe this game did do more than that, but I don't think it does. Abacus. Well, that's just a unofficial ROM hack. There was that other version where it's literally Magic Jewelry, but every note is C. Does anyone know the version I'm talking about? Because I've come across that one. So you start the game, it's like... It's like, what's going on with the audio? Like, why does it sound like this? It doesn't make any sense. Oh, here we go. 5 in a row. Look at that. Yeah, see, there are some games I'm rubbish at, and then there are games like this that, I know my way around them pretty well. Yeah, like, look at this. Yeah, I have no idea what Wang Xinwei is up to, suffice to say. Probably just, living off the Magic Jewelry royalties from this game being included on countless other cartridges. Maybe. Who knows? What is this song? Because I know this has the Godfather theme, and it has the first level theme from Altered Beast and a few others. I don't remember what this song is. No, this is like Tennessee Waltz, isn't it? Yeah, I remember now. Also, it looks like I'm possibly about to lose. Much quicker than last time. But, so be it. See if I can hold out. Nope, not getting the tiles I need. No! No, it's giving me everything except what I want. It's not really what I'm looking for. Oh, I'm looking to survive. Oh! Yeah, give me that. I think I made it. Yeah, look at that for a combo. Boom! No noise at all. survival. Punch spray? Isn't that literally just whack-a-mole, but with, like, graphics taken from Super Mario Brothers? That's the game I'm thinking of. I mean, they did make one that was basically Mahjong Solitaire. That one's alright. I liked that one. Thought that game was okay. Not a whole lot to say about it, though. I was like, how do you 1cc this game? I guess if you get to the point where the music starts looping, because there's not really anything past that. Up, select B, A. Okay, I'll try that one to get game over. So it's up, select B and A. Okay. No, I need a star. There we go. Yeah, can't really use that. Okay, I should have just got 4 in a row, but whatever. Yep, and here's the theme to Godfather. To this day, I have no idea why they put the Godfather theme in this. Just big fans of the Godfather, I guess. It's kind of funny, like certain games, they just kind of have the most random song choices for like these sort of bootleg games. Sometimes they just put whatever in the game. Like, what's the game? War in the Gulf? It was like a NT deck game that for some reason has Rock You Like a Hurricane in it. and Crazy Train. I definitely remember that being a thing. I'm pretty sure that is in this game. I think it's just one of the other options you have to select, and I can't remember which one it is. Probably like the Mahjong tiles or something weird like that. Ooh, see that. Come on, where's all kinds of everything? Got down the music quizzes I was playing earlier. I'm not getting it now. No, it's not what I'm looking for. Still haven't found what I'm looking for. Ooh. Yeah. Gotta be at least a little bit careful if I'm gonna do this. Because I've got to get through this. Also, you can, like, flip the pieces upside down. Didn't do much for me there, but you can do it. So, like, yeah. Oh, also the game has started going a bit faster, I just noticed. I like the idea that they were just like, okay, we're going to put like every single type of tile we can think of in this game, like tile set, and just stick it in the game. It's like, you know, there's a game called Hatris, so let's put hats. We put like Mahjong tiles in the game, we could put blocks, because blocks are easy to draw. It's kind of funny too, because like Huangxin Wei, they didn't really tend to have much original art. It was pretty much all just taken from other games. Like, they didn't really have an artist. They had a musician, but they didn't have an artist. Kind of different to how like Nice Code did it, where they clearly did not have a musician on a lot of those games. But this game, they certainly did. Well, yeah, there is Brush Roller, but other than that, I can't really think of anything else. I did play Brush Roller, didn't I? Because, yeah, that had to have been on the fake NES Mini. Like, it must have been on there. There's no way they wouldn't have included it. Yes, I think the Statue of Liberty was from the Golgo 13 sort of intro cutscene. I think that's where they took it from. And again, this background, I think, is from Rescue the Embassy mission, if anyone's played that. It looks a lot like that art style, at the very least. If not that game. So, maybe it's Kemco, I don't know. Maybe I can try looking at some of the other backgrounds once I'm done with this. You know, I think we'll keep going until, like, 6 PM. Then we'll go up until then. Does that sound good to you? 'Cause it sounds good to me, that's for sure. Yeah, I could try the block option. We'll do that. Okay, so are we up to the point where the music started looping, or that may be after this level, actually? So, yeah. Might take a while to lose, actually, with how I'm playing right now. Not to brag, but to be fair, I mean, I've been really rubbish at some of these games. So, you know, I have to take my victories where I can. Well, yeah, I suppose you're right, actually. There's, like, remixes of the different themes. Like an alternate version of the other theme. Ooh. It's kind of a shame that this version never really seems to appear on multi-carts, except for, like, ones that were actually made by Wang Xinwei, I think. But, yeah, I don't really see this version on multi-carts. I certainly don't have it on any. Like, I have the first game on a bunch of multi-carts, but not this one. Yeah, so you hear this is like a remix. So welcome to level 10. Yeah, there's a lot of... They got a lot of themes in this, even if half of them are just like remixes of the other themes. I mean, there's a lot of music, so you really can't complain. It's not like, oh, we have like one song and then just remix it a bunch of times. No, they've got like 8 songs and remix them. Yeah, this is the Magic Jewelry 2 remix. Down at all kinds of everything techno mix. Because it was the early 90s. Also, my legs are tired. I did a lot of walking this morning. Because I had a bunch of errands to do. Shopping and sorting things out of my car and all this. It's all done now. But, I've got to rest my legs. And that's what I'm doing right here as I play these games. Ooh, where's this version? God, Wild Ball. Okay, here's a question. Am I even allowed to stream Wild Ball? Like, does streaming that game, like, instantly get your channel taken down? Because I wouldn't put it past Twitch to do that. Like, am I able to stream that game? Not that I'd want to stream it, because it's awful, but... yeah. Yeah, stream it for like 5 seconds and be done with it. Yeah, that's probably the best idea, actually, because... I'm certainly not going to try to play through that one. Like, that's a game where I'm like, you know, if I did beat this game, I would then have my channel taken down, and it just wouldn't be worth it. That's like the game where you're better off just losing. It's also amusing that the background keeps changing colour as well. Okay. I also need to remember, when I lose, I need to see if I can get the sort of copyright screen to appear, because I know that's a thing in this. So, like, some of these remixes sound a lot closer to the original than the other. Yes, I do have a version of that. I think there are multiple... Oh, yeah, there are multiples of that particular sort of cartridge, and I do have one of them, and doubtless I'll eventually get around to that. I won't be showing it today, but you may see that in the future. But yeah, let's see what we do here. Ugh. I've got to quickly move the blocks down in this too. It's funny because there was this game, and Magic Jewelry 1. There was also the game Hexa, that was on one of the... Well, it was on the fake NES Mini that I played, which was, I guess, a Korean Columns knockoff. And there was an arcade version of that too. There was like a not safe for work version of the game, which is kind of funny. And yeah, I mean, of course, the version on the plug and play was safe for work, even though they have like Bingo 75, which I'm pretty sure is not if you get far enough into the game. I mean, if I could find them, but I wouldn't count on it. I mean, some of the... Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't mean to do that. But yeah, some of the games, I just don't have them anymore. So that's like Game Oya Wait, how do you do the copyright screen thing? I'm trying to do that. Okay, let's like block. Wait, how do you do it? I'm trying to do it and it's not working. So yeah, it does have the Moscow background, which they took straight out of Tetris, like the Tengen version. Oh, the second title screen? Okay. Oh, I pressed start. I meant to press select. Oops. Also, yeah, that's what the 2-play mode looks like. Ah, there we go. Yeah, from your boys at Rocman International Co. Limited, which I'm guessing is what RCM stands for. Yeah, nice little screen there to end it on. Okay, you know, I think we'll play one more game, because 5:30 can go till 6. I think I'll play one more for today, and just see what comes up. And it is... Oh, what's it going to land on? It's going to land on the classic Flash and Batman. This is one I've been looking forward to. You ever heard of Flash and Batman? It's a great... Oh, no! I spun the wheel again. I did that by accident. Now I need to remember to not delete it. No, let me close that. So I didn't mean to do that. So yeah, there's 19 games here. Well, 18 if you discount the multi-cop, but... Okay, here we go. So we'll take the copy of Magic Jewelry 2 out, and we'll bring out the classic Flash and Batman. You want to... I love this label, by the way. This is worth having just for the artwork. Like... Yeah, like you want to talk about classic mid-90s just label weirdness. Has the ID BA2. So I don't know if BA Baracus is involved in this somehow. But yeah, there we go. There's the Flash. You know, because we all know the Flash got his own Famicom game. The back has literally nothing on it. It's just blank. So, let's play this one. If it works. Try this again. Yeah, sometimes you gotta do that just to get it working. Except this time, apparently. Ugh. Sometimes these cartridges, they just don't want to work. I don't know if it's just dirt on the contacts or something, but... It's funny, all the cartridges have worked pretty well, except for this one. Just sides. It's like made in Taiwan. No, it's just these stupid contacts that just don't work for some reason. We can eventually get the game to work. You know, I should have just cleaned all the contacts on these cartridges before I started streaming. Maybe would have avoided this. Unless it's like, you know, unless this is a case of, like, maybe the cartridge just died and now I can't play. Oh, no, we're up. Okay, we're in. Yeah, you ever heard of this game? That takes place inside someone's pocket, according to this intro. Yeah, the classic game. Flash Batman. It's like Tetris Flash, but with Batman. And also nothing like that. Okay, so go for one player, because I haven't got anyone to play this with. So, we can play as Batman, or we can play as the Flash. Well, you know, since the Flash never really got his own Famicom game, we're going to play as him. Because we all know what Batman's like on the Famicom, but the Flash, not so much. Yeah, the game is made by Flash. Flash! He'll save every one of us. I did watch Flash Gordon pretty recently. That film holds up. Like, that film is just kind of what I want. Kind of like weird sci-fi action films to be. Just weirdness. And funniness and all that sort of thing. Okay, so... yeah, come on, Warlock. You know, that classic, you know, DC Universe film villain, the Warlock. Everyone's favourite. Guess what? It's Batman in my house. Also, yeah, so this apparently is the Flash, according to this game, who doesn't have the Flash's powers in any way, shape, or form. Like, he moves at a perfectly normal speed, actually. And can also pick up keys, because of that kind of game. I just love that, like, you started up and it's just Batman in my house. You think that's like the new trend, like the new meme that all the influencer YouTubers are into? Like, what was it? They used to do that stupid phone call thing at 3 AM with like Freddy, like, Pizza Bear or whatever. And now instead of that, now it's 3 AM and Batman's in my house, and it's just an idiot dressed up as Batman who doesn't look anything like him. Also, yeah. See, that just makes me think of, was it the box art for, what's that game? Batman Return the Joker. It may have been the Japanese version where it's just the Joker. And it's just ha, just like written over and over in the background. But yeah, I think I've played through this once, but I can't remember if it was this ROM hack version or if it was the original game. I genuinely can't remember. I know I played through a version of this, but I can't remember which version. Also, what does that say? Does that say... So firstly it says... I can't tell if that says Bat Peoples or Rat Peoples in the background. Like, no, it's not the Flash, it's the classic character Bat Peoples, you know, everyone's favourite. Also, it seems like I have infinite health, because I just got hit, but my health didn't go down. And do I have 3 lives or 9 lives? I can't even tell. Is this one of those where they, like, ROM hacked it so you just get infinite health? Maybe this is the version I played through. I don't know. It would explain why I was able to beat it. Because Konami games, yeah, usually were kind of on the difficult side. Yeah, so like, you notice I got hit there, but I didn't lose health. I remember this. I mean, the first boss isn't too bad. I'm surprised this wasn't on the fake NES Mini, actually. Like the original version of this, at least. Because this is, again, like one of the better sort of licensed games you'll find. Like, Konami, certainly in the late era, they're one of those... They're kind of weird. Because I feel like a lot of their games don't really hold up that well. If you play them now, they're kind of just... A lot of them just feel kind of overly difficult in ways that aren't really all that fun to play nowadays. Like, the Ninja Turtles game's a great example of that. But also, like, Bayou Billy, or roller games, or whatever. There you go, time to dance the kitchen. Also, I'm sorry, this is just the Batman theme. Like, this song is just like a slightly remixed version of the Batman theme. Which may explain why they put Batman in the game. It's like, well, they've already got the song. It's like, listen to it. Oh, like when it kicks back into the first bit. How do you do the high jump again? I don't remember how it works. So I know there's a high jump, I don't remember how you do it. Or no, it's like a double jump thing. Yeah, I forgot about that. Hold on. Yeah, listen to this. Batman. Batman. Like, I'm sorry. I cannot hear this song without just hearing the Batman theme. Okay, so now I can take damage. I couldn't take damage before, but now I can. Also, now I have to go right, apparently. Even though it's just going left, which is slightly odd, but whatever. Okay, so I couldn't take damage on the first level, but now I'm on level 2. Now suddenly I can take damage. I don't really get that. It's just weird. I remember there was a ROM hack of Mighty Final Fight where like you do like crazy amounts of damage, but then you level up, and then you just do regular amounts of damage, and you're just like massively nerfed despite leveling up. I don't really get that. Or maybe it's not infinite health. Maybe you get like 4 or 5 bits of health from each of these icons you get. So maybe I've actually got like 13 or 14 hits now, rather than 5. Yeah, that's probably what it is. I think it's just a case of so I keep forgetting about the double jump, which kind of need that. Okay, I'm probably gonna die here, because I don't remember how this boss fight works. Yep, there we go. I had to die, because I don't remember how this bit works. And it's kind of funny, again, like, yet another, like, Japanese-made game that was not released in Japan for some reason. Yeah, they just decided, yeah, this game's too hard. We're just gonna give you just a ton of extra lives, so you can beat the game. Yeah, they do look like bats. I wonder, was that in the original game? I don't think it was. There we go, Crisis from underground. When do we get to the Batman rap, by the way? Because I know there's a song on this called Batman Rap. It might be the next level. Here we go, just stock up on health. So I can just get hit like 15 times and not die. So I kind of need that. Because I don't really know what I'm doing. Yeah, you see the enemy pants. It's like Magic Carpet 1001 all over again. Fly around erratically. Ugh. Okay, I have no idea how the health works in this version. I feel like in the original version of this, if you got health, it just gave you like 1 extra hit. Yeah, how is Granddad a meme and not Batman and Flash? It's like you could play as the Bat Peoples. That's so much cooler than playing as Fred Flintstone with Mario's head. So it seems like you're better off just running past all these. Like, they just keep respawning anyway, so why would you want to stay there? Unless you want to farm for points. I don't even know if points do anything in this game or not. Like, do you get extra lives or not? Bat Peoples. Yeah, still get insta-killed by the pits. Just that kind of game. Oh, so. Okay. So if you jump off the thing, you stop, which can actually be useful. Also, I don't remember the boss fights in this, so I'm probably gonna die to these a lot. It's like this one, I have no idea. I have no clue on how to beat this, so I don't really remember it. Yeah, because like the thing that kills you comes out before the boss itself does, like the bit that you can actually hit. Yeah, this feels like one of those you just kinda have to, like, just tank a load of hits and get your own hits in. Like, I'm sure you can time it, but is it even worth doing that? I kinda doubt it. I suppose you can. The Kraken awakes! Oh, is that it? Okay, did it. Yeah, Bat Peoples for the win. Like, why is it called Bat Peoples? Like, they couldn't just write Flash in the heads-up display? It's like, come on now. Yeah. I'm kind of surprised there aren't any, like, original Batman bootleg games, considering how big the IP was even in the 90s. Like, I'm surprised they didn't make their own original Batman bootlegs, but I guess it was easier just to reskin an existing game. But no, it feels like something that should exist. Just the song. Sounds like that one K-pop song that got big. Like a while back. I can't... It's not Dynamite, it's like the other one. But yeah, the classic theme, the Batman rap. Batman's coming to... It's not even Batman. Bat people's coming. He's on a giant crane thing. And he's coming to... get hit a bunch of times. Ooh. Okay, I have no idea how you dodge that. So I'll get the health while I'm here. Okay, I guess just jump over it and you're fine, but... You think the game crashes if I leave too many of the enemies on screen? It's like, what am I supposed to do there? It's like, oh yeah, here's just a pit of death that you can't avoid because there's like a billion enemies on screen. Just, yeah, this is how they get you. They just put like a billion, like, insta-kill pits, and the enemies never despawn. So you just get killed over and over. Yeah, Konami moment. So the thing about Konami, again, like... It's the weird thing about Konami, like, the games tended to be very well made, but again, a lot of them are just kind of overly hard, to the extent they're just not nearly as fun to play as they should be. And this isn't even, like, one of the worst for that. I mean, again, you compare this to, like... Yeah. Like Ninja Turtles 1. Like, I mean, there are far worse examples than this, but... I don't know. I do wonder if this would be better with a second person. Because I know this game does co-op. So maybe that's the way to do it. Guess second person and one that can just tank all the hits. It's only worth playing for the soundtrack, I'll give it that. I mean, can you really say no to the Batman rap? Didn't like the Bat Dance from like the '89 film, like the one that Prince did, didn't that have like a rapping part in it? Kind of thing that Prince would have done. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, Bat Dance. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, Bat Dance. Dun. Like, I do remember that bit. Ooh, here we go. So, yeah, this is like late era Konami as well. This is when they, like, really figured out the hardware. Let's see if I can make the game crash by just leaving all the enemies on screen. Yeah, Konami, this is what I think. So I think of your enemies. Okay, you can just stand here and you're fine. I mean, there are shades of the Batman game about this, to be fair. Like, where it is kind of like platforming, but there's more of an emphasis on just, like, fighting a ton of dudes. I mean, the Batman game, like, the first one at least kind of was like that anyway. And I did play that on the fake NES Mini plug-and-play. I had a copy of the Famicom version, like the official one. I never beat the game. I don't know, it just kind of gets too hard towards the end. And I was never able to beat it because of that. Like, anyone who could beat that Batman game, oof. So am I fighting a gremlin? Like, what's going on? Yeah, the classic monster in my pocket that... Just a... Yeah, just the gremlin. Like, where's Gizmo when you need him? It's funny, too, because there was a, you know, Gremlins 2 game for Famicom. I'm surprised they didn't make a Gremlins 1 bootleg. But I guess Gremlins 1 wasn't the new thing back then, so... Oriental illusion? Yeah, I don't know what that means. It's like, welcome to the bamboo fields. The bamboo fields in this, like, American kid's house. Whatever's going on. I do like the idea of this game, where it's just, like, all the toys came out to fight. Like, if this game had come out a few years later, like the original, like, this totally would have been bootlegged as a Toy Story game. And they just replace all the enemies with Buzz Lightyear. Okay, let's see if I can get knocked into a pit. Oh, no, we're good. I'm guessing those spike things just hurt you. It's a very Konami thing to do. It's funny too, like, sometimes the games will be a lot easier in Japan as well. Sometimes, not all the time, but suddenly you play, like, Tiny Toon Adventures 2 on Game Boy, where the, like, the Western releases of the game are just stupidly hard, to the point of just being bad. Like, just outright bad game. But then you play the Japanese version, which is a lot more manageable, but still not very good. It's just kind of like a mediocre platformer, like even the first game is like a far better game. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. I played through the first game, liked it a lot. Played through the sequel, and I was just kind of, I don't know, just dull level designs, and they had this like speed thing that just didn't really work. It kind of made me realize, okay, I was like, because I played the first game and I was like, okay, why is there no like speed up mechanic? Then I played the sequel and realized, oh, that's why. Because it doesn't really work. It's good when you can hit the projectiles out of the air. It certainly makes it a lot more manageable than it could have been. Here we go. I think there are 6 levels in this. Yeah, I think we're actually near the end. Oh, I got an extra life at some point. I wasn't paying attention when, but when I did, it was the best day ever. I was all like, just the idea of just all these toys just like breaking this door. It's like, well, now you've unleashed a whole load of yokai inside this person's house. Yeah, yeah, I remember the NES Tiny Toon Adventures 2 wasn't very good either, but that wasn't very good for like very different reasons. Oh no, this is one of those you have to like find the real one. Attack it. Yeah, I'm probably gonna die here. Yeah, because like, how am I supposed to hit that without getting hit myself? I don't get it. Okay, I suppose if you time it right. Yeah, like, why is there, like, Japanese doors in this house? Like, this game is... I mean, it's weird in a way that, like, an early 90s Japanese-made game for the American market could have been. Just, it's a specific, vibe. Wait, up plus start sheet? I'm guessing that was something they added to the Pirate ROM hack. And, yeah, the version on the fake NES Mini, that is just the regular NES version of the game. It's not, like... hacked version or anything. Ugh. Okay, well, let's see if I can do this and not die. Because I do remember the last level is kind of set up to kill you a lot. There's a lot of, not necessarily instant death traps, but a lot of traps. Oh, okay, I did it. Level complete. So we've got 6 lives to beat the last level. At least I think it's the last level. I'm pretty sure there was 6. Distracted by a TV series. Well, it's alright, we're ready for the last battle at Batman Mountain. Yeah, Batman's famous mountain. Where the where the Wayne Manor is. Okay, I guess you're better off just avoiding the dinosaurs. Ugh. Well, you can't really avoid them, they're too big. Yeah. See, this is why you need all the extra lives, is because the last level is just set to kill you a whole bunch of times. Let's just do the... Yeah, it does like the whole Super Contra thing of like you got a duck, or you get killed by the ceiling. Yeah, this is a lot like the last level in Super Contra now that I think about it. Just got similar vibes. Thankfully, it doesn't spawn like a ton of bubbles that just kill you immediately. I never really understood that. Super Contra is just... Oh no, not the death bubbles! And that was on the last level as well. No, I was wondering like if I could hit these things to spawn something, but nope. Also, yeah, the Batman rap. Everyone's favourite theme song. Also, yeah, there's like a boss rush in this too, I think. Or there's like multiple bosses, I do remember that. Do you have to do all the boss fights again? Or... I can't remember. I know there's at least a few boss fights on this level. It does take a while. Okay. Thankfully, it's not too hard to psych out the enemy, like their programming, because they jump when you get within a certain distance of them. So you just kind of walk back a bit and then hit them. It's a bit like in like Streets of Rage 2. You know the level where you go to the baseball field and then like the diamond kind of lowers to like like it lowers, and it's kind of weird like that. That was just 1992 for you. That's how baseball worked back then. Okay. Yeah, who is Warlock? No, Warlock I think is the... I'm pretty sure that's like the villain that you fight. Yeah, I think that's how it works. I do enjoy the like the bad edit on the bottom left, by the way. Yeah, so like you literally just have to fight all the bosses again. See, I'm gonna tell you right now, I hate when games do this. It's like, oh, you made it to the end of the game. We couldn't really think of anything else to do, so you just have to fight all the bosses again. It's just kind of pointless filler. Even if there's really no reason for the bosses to be here. The only time I can tolerate that is in Mega Man, because in Mega Man you get a whole bunch of extra weapons, and you can use those extra weapons to basically like beat the game, or like beat the bosses easier. So it's kind of intriguing in that, but when it comes to something like this, where it doesn't really change... Like, the only thing that's really different here is the background. And, you know, I've got a better handle on the boss's pattern, but that's about it, really. Other than that, it's kind of just the same thing again. I think it's fair to assume I wouldn't have beaten this if I had, like, the requisite 3 lives, because obviously I got 5 now, and I started with 9, so... But, you know, it's the kind of thing like maybe would be doable. Like, even for someone like me, maybe doable with practice. So, yeah, this boss is just kind of obnoxious. Yeah, I mean, Mega Man does it. Again, I don't mind it in Mega Man because, again, that game is set up for you to, like, get a ton of extra weapons. And when you have those extra weapons, it's kind of interesting to, like, fight the bosses again and then use, like, the better weaknesses against some of them. And I like that. But, again, like, I feel like most games of the server, they don't really have anything like that. Where it's kind of just... Well, again, it really is just kind of pointless filler. And this is the boss where you just kind of just... Yeah, this is the boss where I'm just like, yeah, I'm just going to just tank all the hits. I don't even care about doing this one properly. Because otherwise it would just take forever, and it's just not worth it. Like, this is the one where you're like, yeah, fuck this, I'm just going to just tank the hits and not even bother fighting it properly. Because it's tedious. Like, even, like, cheesing it like this takes way too long. One of those things where the bosses take, like, 15 hits. Well, probably more than that, actually, like 30 hits. Yeah, I suppose there is a bit of, Life Force vibes, but... Life Force have more interesting bosses than this, I would say. It's kind of like the poor man's version of that, in a way. But again, to me, this, like, sections like this really are just pointless filler. Like, just to pad the game out so that you can't beat it in, like, 15 minutes and you have to beat it in, like, 40. And I've forgotten what this boss is. Oh, it's this one. Yeah. So I've got an idea. Now that I've got the pattern down, I think I know what I'm doing. Wait, does the chain hurt you? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, well, the thing is, like, boss rushes were actually far more common than you might realize in this era, because, again, it's like an easy way to pad the game out. That was just, like, a common problem with games from this time. Is like, you know, people criticized that the games were too short. So it's like, we need to make the game longer any way we can by making it stupidly hard, or just putting things in that really don't add to the game at all, but just make the game longer. And yeah, stuff like this is like that. Like, what am I even supposed to do there? If the boss comes straight at you on the bottom row, you just have to take damage. Like, I don't get it. No, as I say, like, it's very common with, like, action platformers and that sort of thing. Like, they did this a lot in this era. And they probably did even more in, like, the 16-bit era. I don't know, it just depends on the game, or possibly more to the point, like, whoever was making the game. Like, Konami did a lot, Capcom. I want to say Hudson did a lot too. Maybe. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but... pretty sure, like, Bonk's Adventure and that sort of thing, they have boss rushes, I think. There we go, just cheese it. Just get to end a few seconds early. Well, he's now going to cheese whatever this boss is. I don't remember what it is. Oh yeah, fight this git. Yeah, also, like, insta-hit that you can't avoid, because it's that kind of game. Well, I mean, you can avoid it as long as you allow for enough time to move out of the way. Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure Bonk's Adventure... I don't know if it was Bonk's Adventure, maybe it was, like, the sequels that did it, where, you know, they had, like, boss rushes and that sort of thing. Okay, well, this one's not too bad. It's a case of just knowing the pattern. You don't really get a whole lot of time to hit the boss, though. But guess what? The Warlock cannot compare to the might of Bat People. So I've seen a version of this, where the, like, copyright thing at the beginning, it actually says double Batmans. And I wish I had that version. I don't know if it changes anything else, like, maybe that one doesn't have, like, the lives hack or whatever, but... I just wish I had that just because the intro thing is funny. So I think this is one of those that's got, like, a second phase, doesn't it? I think this is one of those, it has to be. There's no way the boss ends like this. So I don't get the sprite, because this looks nothing like the Flash. Like, it doesn't even really look like Batman. Like, I think Player 2 might have had, like, a different sprite set to Player 1, but... yeah, it's just kind of weird. It's kind of weird. And again, like, the Flash is not Batman. I mean, he is DC, but... yeah, like, just being DC does not automatically make him a Batman variation. Like, it's not how it works. Like, Superman is not a version of Batman. The Green Goblin is not a version of Batman, you know. Sorry, not Green Lantern, that's what I meant to say. Oh, here we go. Phase 2, let's go. You know it's going to do that. Oh, maybe not. Is that it? Start double Batman. Was there a translated version of this? I've never seen that one. I know some games got translated back in the day into Russian. You defeated your arch rival, the sinister Warlock. Yeah, Batman's greatest villain, the Warlock. Peaceful days will now return to Batman and Bat People. Yeah, there he is. Your favourite hero, Bat People. Oh, I remember this bit, yeah. See, I told you that was not it. Ha ha, I have returned. Warlock with his amazing haircut. You thought you defeated me. I'm much stronger. than you expected. Now I will destroy you. What? What? No, maybe my character's saying what. I don't know. I forget how this part works. Oh, it just spawns a bunch of enemies. Well, thankfully I've got a bunch of extra lives to do this. Yeah, also, how you meant to dodge those things, I have no idea. So you're better off just avoiding them completely, I think. There we go. Yeah. Doesn't, like, Rocman Cats do this as well? Just like, you beat the game, but you have to... There's, like, the super duper extra boss that you have to beat. You have to attack him on the TV. Like, imagine if they did this in the Ninja Turtles game. That'd be interesting. It's like... Oh, is that it? Let's see. Yeah! Also, they forgot to change the name at the end. Yeah, well done, whoever made this ROM hack. Yeah, well done, double Batmans. Yeah, we didn't actually think anyone would play to the end, even though we ROM hacked it to give you 9 lives at the beginning. Yeah, that's some real quality work on whoever did the ROM hack. Also, shout out to all these people who made the original game. I do want to show one more thing from this game before I end. But I'll let the credits play out. Yeah, I played a whole bunch of other games before this, like Magic Jewelry 2 and Tom and Jerry Best of the Best. I did also beat Felix the Cat, actually, earlier. Here we go. Team Project Murata? Yeah. Interesting that they kept that in the game, considering that this was not released in Japan at all. There we go. The end. We did it. Game completed. Yeah, so as I say, I did beat Felix the Cat. And that's kind of it, really. Also, yeah, the end. There never was a sequel to this game, by the way, so that really is it. There's no... Nothing really beyond this. Is this one of those games where you have to reset, quit out the end screen? I can't remember if this is one of those games that does that or not, but I think it might be, because pressing start, it's not doing anything. Okay, let's reset. Let me show off something. Yeah, here we go. You want to play the sound test mode, or the music mode, whatever? Oh, let me turn this up a bit. Hear it. Yeah, I completed a couple games. So we have all your favourite songs, Twist and Select, Warlock Eyes. I think that's the first level, isn't it? No, where's the one that sounds like the Batman theme? Yeah, here we go. It's like, I'm sorry, just listen to this. Batman. 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 It's like, I'm sorry, it is just a remix of the Batman theme. But yeah, all your favourite songs, like Cola Float, the Batman rap. But yeah, Batman rap, Asia Club, and Earthquake. Theme of M's? Is that even the original title? I don't know. Boss World, Theme of Warlock, Batman Happiness. You want to experience the Batman happiness? I mean, if you've seen the Batman, there's no happiness in that film. But yeah, Batman Boogie. It sounds like the sequel to Whap-Bam Boogie, but sure. Okay, and that's it. Anyway, I think that will be it for today. Just having a look at, some of the other games I've got here. You know, we've got, we have the Duck, we have Aladdin, Bubble Bobble, Cat, Disney, Millionaire, Mortal Kombat 2, 64 in 1, The World of Card. Yeah, some real classics to play next time. But I'm going to go have my dinner, so I'll let you all get on with your evenings. Take care. Bye-bye.